Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from Heart. So this is your week ahead, 25th through to the 31st of March. Hope you guys had a really good week. For your reading, guys, we are going to use the Next World Tarot. We're just taking one card just to have a look at what the energies are you need to be focusing on for the up and coming week. We are also going to use to fill in the gaps, so the past situation, present thought processes, and the advice going into the week. We're using my favourite deck, as you know, the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. I hope the pictures doesn't look too bright. I'm just using Cyberlink Power Director today to record for the last sort of 3 videos because I'm up against it and they need to be done in, put on in time. And we're using the Druid Craft Tarot deck, 5 additional advice cards at the end, just anything else that comes up, and finally the Tea Leaf Fortune cards. That's the final bit of advice, 3 cards from there. So I just like to try and get as much information as I possibly can when it comes to the reading, which is why I use so many decks. Spiritual advice, we are using a deck I got yesterday, actually, Oracle deck, which is phenomenal. Coal Grey, Keepers of the Light Oracle cards, really, really good, excellent. All right, let's shuffle then and see what Virgo needs to focus on. Universe Spirit, what is it that Virgo needs to be focusing on for the week ahead, 25th to the 31st of March? What does Virgo need to focus on? What does Virgo need to be focusing on in one card? Okay. You need to be focusing on the Two of Wands. All right. So some of you guys, you need to be focusing on, a choice. Two of Wands is your options. It's choice between 2 paths. And some of you guys really need to focus on, maybe there's a couple of things that you need to focus on. Two of Wands, when you get 2s, they can say anything that goes from a 2 upwards. It can be a number as well. So it might be that you need to focus on a couple of things. For example, it might be that some of you guys have a choice between 2 paths and you need to focus on making a decision about which way you actually want to go this week, which is probably going to be the likely thing. The Two of Wands is also about plans. So it's all about making plans for the future and starting to take action and steps towards those plans. Virgo, so some of you guys, if you've got a plan, you really need to start kind of taking action towards that plan. It's an early stage card as a Two of Wands, so it's just all about taking those baby steps. It's as simple as that. If you've got a plan, focus on putting one foot in front of the other and just going out there and doing, because it's all about setting plans in motion is the Two of Wands. Some of you guys might be focusing on a new direction. Two of Wands is also a new direction, but also the Two of Wands, when you've got a plan, when you've got something new that's ahead of you with the Two of Wands, Virgo, this is one of the cards that says it's about moving beyond your own safety net, moving beyond your own kind of comfort zone, your own borders. And some of you guys will probably need to focus on coming out of a comfort zone, It might be something's holding you back. It's not reversed to say that, this is kind of like a blocked path, but it is saying sometimes when you get the Two of Wands, there is a path that you want to take, but it's, it depends on how confident you are. And some of you guys need to feel confident enough to move in a new direction. Let's get what's going on underneath this situation. I'm not rushing your reading, but I need to get it down to about 15-20 minutes at the least, because I've got to be at my home at 11 and I've got 2 more videos after you to record, Virgo. So Universe Spirit, what is the past of this situation? We spoke about the Two of Wands being the energy you need to focus on, making a choice between 2 paths for some of you guys. There might be a couple of things you need to be focusing on this week. It might just be, the number 2. It might be with the Two of Wands energy you need to focus on taking a new direction or making some new plans. Now, in the past, the first card to show out, not sure whether that's reversed or not. So I'm going to put, I don't know. Okay, I can't use that card because it came out and I don't know whether it was reversed or not. In the past, give me the card that shows the past of this situation for Virgo, please. So in the past, Virgo, yeah, 9 of Swords, worry. Some of you guys were worried with that 9 of Swords energy showing them. The 9 of Swords does show when somebody's feeling worried and anxious. And some of you guys didn't want to face something as well. This 9 of Swords, this is why I like this deck a lot, because it's so, you can see so many things into the card. 9 of Swords says, I don't want to see it, I don't want to face it. So some of you guys didn't really want to face up to something here in the past with that 9 of Swords energy there. You were afraid to face something, and that will kind of make sense about the focus being on the Two of Wands, making a choice between 2 paths as well. Some of you guys didn't want to focus up to, didn't want to see something, you didn't want to face it, you were anxious about it. The 8 of Wands in the reverse, so no action was being taken here. All right, I think that you guys were really worried in the past and really frightened, and there was a great deal of anxiety. You also didn't want to face something as well, and it might be as a result of that you didn't take any action with the 8 of Wands reverse, because 8 of Wands in the upright is all about pure and direct action. Reverse is about not taking any action. Some of you guys might have alternatively been worried about you know, things that were moving very slowly. Eight of Wands means when things aren't moving quickly enough. You're not getting the letters, you're not getting the emails, you're not getting the interest with the Eight of Wands reverse. So you might have also been worried about this not happening, the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Maybe some of you guys, you were worried about stagnation. Eight of Wands means stagnation. It means when things have really slowed down. So some of you guys, it might be that either you were worried and you took no action on a situation, or you're worried because there was no action being taken, or things were really slowing down, or things were kind of reaching a point of stagnation. And then Temperance just fell out there, Virgo. So the end card is all about seeking balance and mediating, trying to find that harmony. All right, so I do feel that you guys in the past, you were worried, probably worried about things. It might be with the Eight of Wands energy, you came to a place of stagnation here, and you've needed to try and find the balance. Maybe you've needed somebody to mediate with you. Temperance is all about mediation and finding balance and harmony. All right, but I feel that also the Eight of Wands for me is all about things that are really, really slow. So it might be something that was slow to balance itself out. Eight of Wands and the Eight of Wands reversed and Temperance, something that was slow to balance itself out. And you might have been worried about something that was slow, worried Nine of Swords about something that was slow, Eight of Wands reversed to balance itself out. Temperance energy showing here. So I think that you were looking for balance and harmony, but it's almost like I'm getting with those energies, because Temperance tends to be a very internal energy, Virgo. I'm getting with that energy that there was something here that you needed internally to balance. So you needed to feel balanced internally. But I feel that with the Eight of Wands also representing the spirit. Sorry, I always seem to get a little piece of hair on my nose that tend to itch. With the Eight of Wands being spirit and high vibration, vibration seems to have been very low. I get the impression some of you guys were really depressed, really down, really frightened with that, really anxious with the Nine of Swords energy. You couldn't face life. It's almost like with the Eight of Wands reversed, your vibration was really low. All right, and you were trying to find harmony and balance. Some of you guys might have gone for some form of counselling or mediation on this potentially, showing here. Now, going into the week, Virgo, for you guys, your focus concerning this situation, Virgo, or where your mind will be. Sorry, this person always calls me when I'm doing recordings, and I'm just not going to answer them. I can't answer it. They always do that. Okay. Right, 3 cards came up for where your mind needs to be. Okay, right, you've got 2 reversals and 1 upright. Okay, so you've got the Tower reverse that came out. You've got the Ace of Coins in the reverse. You know, if you bury your head in the sand, Tower reverse means you're burying your head in the sand. All right, so the focus for you guys this week in this situation is just to bury your head in the sand. It's not to kind of put any work into the situation. Ace of Coins in the reverse here. And you're still expecting to be successful regardless of it. But the problem is, because Six of Wands is all about success, the Ace of Coins in the reverse is, you know, usually this is the card about losing money. But, you know, and some of you guys, it might be a money situation for some of you guys as well. So this might be involving some cash or finances with the Ace of Coins reverse. Losing money, losing job is the Ace of Coins in the reverse. Losing value. All right, but you know, when you come to emotions, and I think this is a very emotional reading, the Ace of Coins reverse is just a loss of value. You don't value yourself. So some of you guys are putting your head in the sand. You're not valuing yourself enough. And with the Six of Wands, you're not valuing your ability to achieve, to overcome the situation, because Ace of Coins in the reverse is no value, and this is to achieve and overcome. So some of you guys are burying your head in the sand. Your mental, where you're focusing in the next few days over this is that you should still, but you know, I just need to carry on burying my head in the sand. So you guys just don't want to see it. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to feel it. You just don't want to think anything of it whatsoever. Okay, with that Tower in the reverse. Okay, and I feel that you kind of also, I think if this is your thinking pattern with the Ace of Coins in the reverse, it's where you're saying to yourself, you know what, actually, I don't put any time into this. I don't want to kind of invest in this thing. I don't want to invest in me. All right, because, and I actually feel with these energies as well, it's kind of like your mind is saying, I don't think that I can't do this, because you don't value yourself. You don't value yourself with the Ace of Coins reverse as an achiever. You don't think of yourself as being an achiever. So some of you guys are actually thinking to yourself, you know what, I'm just going to carry on burying my head in the sand. I don't want to face this, because I actually, with the Ace of Coins reverse, don't really think of myself when I say think of yourself, it's the value that you hold on yourself. It's reversed. You don't value yourself, so you don't think of yourself as being able to overcome this situation. It's almost like some of you guys think that the situation's a complete and utter write-off, a complete and utter lost cause. What's the advice going forward for you, Virgo, on this situation? So Universe Spirit, what's the advice for Virgo going forward over the next few days, 25th to the 31st of March? What is the advice going forward for Virgo? So card number 1, we've got the Fool, okay? You've got to take a risk with the Fool energy. It's the only way that you're going to be able to unburden yourself and let go of the baggage. You've just got to take a risk. The Fool energy is all about taking a risk. You know, the thing is, if you never take risks, you never know. You just got to take a risk, Virgo, okay? Yeah, Ace of Wands there as well. You've got to start this new thing. Ace of Wands, look, she's starting from scratch, bare canvas. You've just got to make a start. You've just got to make a start with the Ace of Wands energy. You've got to start creating this thing, or you've just got to make a start. In whichever way that you do it, you've got to make a start. You've got to take a risk. You've got to make a start with the Ace of Wands energy. For some of you guys, write it down. Ace of Wands has got like a paintbrush. It could almost be a pen and a piece of paper. Write things down, you know. I think that also with the Fool energy showing that Fool's energy also means to unburden yourself, Virgo. So the advice is unburden yourself with the Ace of Wands just by writing things down, getting those emotions out there. Even if you write it in, a ledger, if you write it, you write down your feelings in a paperback, buy a special kind of notepad and write things down for some of you guys. Okay, Judgment shows here. It's going to free you. It's going to help release some of this tension. All right, you're being called. With the Judgment energy, heed the calling. It's telling you, the universe is saying, this week you need to kind of take a risk. Start this thing with the Ace of Wands energy. Start making the effort with the Ace of Wands. Write things down if you need to. If you need to offload yourself with the Fool of all the tension that you're feeling, write down the pros and cons of the situation with the Ace of Wands energy. But the most important thing is you've got to heed this calling. The problem with the Tower in the reverse is you bury your head in the sand. You don't want to listen to what Judgment is telling you. We're going to put home down on the cards, and I'm going to show you, let me just move the cards across here, and I'll show you what the actual, let me just move these cards across, actually, because usually I would kind of cut this bit here and say, right, let me just move the cards, and then I'll cut it, and I'll home down, but because of time, I need to just show you. Okay, let me just home down. Okay, can you see that? Yeah, that's a lovely picture, isn't it? I think that you should be able to see that quite well, actually. I've got these things on a bezel. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Let's pull this down just a little bit here. We'll pull this to the side, actually, so you get to see everything really well. Okay, let's see if we can just home down a little bit more. Right there. Okay, I think that's okay. That'll do. So guys, let's just pull this up a little bit. It just always looks so crooked for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. So guys, what I'm seeing here is that this is your layout, okay, of the reading. Right, there we go. I think that you can see that. It just looks, I'm like that. I like to have things look neat. And when they don't look neat, okay, right, I need to put it there. Let me just pull down. Sorry, you're going to go crazy at me, you guys are, but I'm really fussy about how cards look on screen and how the appearances of everything. So there's your cards, all right? There's your cards. Okay, so for the week, guys, the focus needs to be on the Two of Wands. You need to make a choice between two paths. And I feel the path that this is talking about is you either stay in the shadows or you come out into the light. Do you see what I mean? Because it's funny, this lady, she's got ahead of her. Can you see? She's got like a sun showing there. I don't know what this is behind her here, but it's the two paths that you've got to focus on is you have to make a decision between two paths, Virgo. You either stay in the shadows or you walk towards the light. It's completely down to you, because you guys in the past, you've been really worried here, Nine of Swords energy. You've not been able to face up to something with the Nine of Swords, all right? And I feel that what you've not been able to face up to and what you've been really worried about is kind of this low vibration energy. I think your spirit, I think it's something emotional. I think that your spirit has been really low with the Eight of Wands in the reverse. And some of you guys have probably, your spirit's been low, and I feel that it might actually be that your spirit's been low, but you've wanted to seek some help. Temperance is all about counselling and getting help. So it might also be in spirits have been low about a fight, an argument. Maybe this is to do with a relationship, because Temperance, if you can see here, this woman's kind of saying to these two people, cool down, cool down. They're obviously having a fight. Some of you guys haven't wanted to face up to the fact that, you know, and also it might be that, you know, you're not getting on with a partner here and things aren't moving forward with the Eight of Wands. And some of you guys really haven't wanted to face up to it. And I feel that your mental thinking going into the week, Virgo, is really just to bury your head in the sand. Tower in the reverse. You know, bury your head in the sand because you don't see it as being any value of trying to overcome the hurdles. So you see it in your mind's eye, you say, I don't really see any value, Ace of Coins reverse, in trying to overcome this situation, in trying to kind of, you know, overcome the problem. If this is kind of to do with, you know, Nine of Swords, worrying, getting really down, maybe there's a low vibration in a friendship here, or maybe you're feeling at a low ebb in your life with the Eight of Wands energy here, to do with, I think it might be to do with a friendship maybe that needs some form of reconciliation, shows here potentially. I feel for some of you guys, again, it's burying the head in the sand, not willing to put any effort in to kind of win the race. So some of you guys are literally like, I don't want to have to try and kind of get my point across to this individual, because this is winning a race, and you're saying, I don't see any value in trying to kind of win the race with this person. So for some of you guys, it'll be a case of, I don't see the point in trying to get my point across to this person. All right, but the universe is saying going forward, you have an opportunity here to rewrite the page. Okay, you've got an opportunity this week to rewrite the page and to try and release with the Judgment energy some of that tension, because I think this Judgment is related to your Tower. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing something what we call knighting in the Lenormand. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's related to this release here, is related to you coming out with something, because Tower reverse, you're suppressing a lot going on here, and it's saying that the advice is you need to release with the Judgment energy this Tower reverse. It's time to open up on what you're suppressing here. All right, and what you're suppressing is the need to mediate and to try and find some harmony and balance, especially in terms of maybe some form of a relationship. I'm not saying it has to be romantic. This could be a friendship. This could be a family situation. But there's something here that needs to be mediated and it needs to be healed. Some of you guys are kind of, I can't see the point in trying to get my point across on this. I'm just fed up with it. I just can't be bothered. But the universe is actually saying you need to kind of get your point across. You need to, whatever you're suppressing, because it's going to keep on building up and building up and building up. So you need to really come out with this, Virgo, here. Okay, because this, what you're suppressing here is related to the mediation that needs to take place, the healing that needs to take place, but you're blocking healing coming in by being so stubborn for some of you guys. Okay, so the advice is you've got a choice between two paths. You can either stay in the shadows or you can come out in the light, and I think coming out in the light for some of you guys is literally saying something as well. Okay, let's have a look at your 5-card reading via the let's have a look. So we've got this is the Druid Craft Tarot. So 5 cards. Any other information for Virgo, please, for the week commencing 25th to the 31st? Any other information for Virgo? Any other information for Virgo in 5 cards for the week? Okay, these two want to come out here. No, there are 3 of them. Is it 3? Yeah, 1, 2 and 3 showing there, and we're going to get the 2 at the top as well. Let's see what else. Right, let's move this along here. So I'm used to using my HD camera and my iPad for recordings, but the iPad is messing about, saying there's not enough storage on there. Anybody you can tell me about the iPad Pro when it says there's not enough storage to save videos when it's clear that there is? Can anybody give me an advice if you can? I don't know. Okay, if you could, that'd be great. If you can't, that's fine. Okay, let's have a quick look then, Virgo. What else is the universe? So you've got 5 of Cups in the reverse. There could be some healing coming in this week with the 5 of Cups in the reverse showing here. 5 of Wands reversed as well, which is nice. So there's healing, and there is, with the 5 of Wands in the reverse, again, this is about the dispersing of a conflict, but this is also surrendering and backing down. So there could be some healing in a situation if you back down with that 5 of Wands in the reverse. Because in the upright, nobody wants to back down. In the reverse, people are like, okay, fair enough. Let me just bring these cards down a little bit here. Yeah. Okay, so healing, but I think if you back down, you'll get that. Let's have a look at the next card. 2 of Swords in the reverse, a truce. Okay, so some of you guys this week, there could be healing. 5 of Wands if you back down and kind of like make a truce, all right? This is a truce. So I think that for some of you guys, it's on you to heal a situation this week. It's all reversals. What the fuck? Page of Wands reverse and Lovers reverse. Some of you guys are not going to be interested in doing this Page of Wands reverse, so it will mean that there's separation here. It's not going to work. Lovers reverse is separation. Page of Wands in reverses, I'm not really interested in that. So some of you guys probably not going to be interested in it. There's lack of interest here in a truce this week then. All right, but it might be that if, you know, this Five of Cups reversed as well, I feel can just be the healing of your own soul, because you guys will try and kind of, you know, surrender and say, look, let's have a truce with the Two of Swords reversed. Just be aware that if you do that, though, it might simply be that somebody doesn't want to do it. Page of Wands reversed. Somebody's not keen on the idea of the truce. And it might still mean that you've got this kind of bad blood in a relationship. But the good thing is that you will have made the first steps to do this, Virgo. You would have made the first step, and that's the most thing. You can clear your conscience by making the first step. You can definitely clear your conscience. It's up to the other person. If they don't want it, then that's their hard luck. Okay. Let's have a look finally at the quickly at the tea leaf cards and see what they're saying. Universe, Spirit, in the tea leaf cards, can you just show me 3 cards for the week? Any other further advice for Virgo for the week? Pale, time to get out of a situation, it's saying. So it is saying, Virgo, it's time to get out of a situation. What's the next one for the week? Lily, spiritual love. You've got spiritual love coming in. There's time to get out of a situation. It's time to get out of a situation this week, but you do have spiritual love coming in for some of you guys. And what's the last card showing up here? Whale, great worry over nothing. So you're worrying over nothing, guys, okay? Something's either going to go good or it's not, all right? It's time to get out of a situation, though, okay? And you do have spiritual love coming in, all right? Finally, before we go, we're just going to get your spiritual advice through the Kyle Gray Keepers of the Light card, which I'm absolutely just loving right now. Got them yesterday, and they're just phenomenal. Universe, Spirit, Keepers of the Light. Which Keeper of the Light are you? Can you show your face to us and tell us what spiritual advice you have for Virgo between the 25th and the 31st of March 2019? Show me. Okay, you have El Moria, Awakening Presence, okay? And El Moria's advice for you is, the universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. No matter what you do this week regarding whatever the situations are, the universe is with you, all right? You wear a cloak of protection and love. The universe is going to cloak you in protection and love this week, guys. Don't worry about anything. You are protected, okay? That's why you have the spiritual love coming in card, okay? You are protected this week, okay, from any harm. It's a great reading. All right, that's your reading, guys. Have a wonderful weekend and week ahead. If you'd like to order a private reading with me, you can just hit on the tab above. There's a on the left or right, it says an eye, it's in a circle. Click on that, my link comes up and you can go straight through. Take care, guys. Bye bye.